Hello, hello. We have for you VVV from a few years ago now. This game has still aged well, though, I've got to tell you. You're seeing a section of the game we used later on for testing the cropping. You might see our character in an awkward position. You'll see more of that in a second. I still have with me Mohawk and how do you pronounce your name again?
Zan.
Okay, I'm not even going to try. Now, you're an actual runner of this game.
We were both actual runners.
Awesome. I'm going to mostly be relying on them for commentary. I have also played this game casually, and I have beaten it, and it is fun, and I am not fast at it. I'm going to let these guys talk about it. So I'm going to stop this and hit start and get the game positioned in the correct, as much as I can possibly manage it, location, which is a fun challenge. It is interesting getting this lined up just right. So we're going to try it like that. And let's get started in 3, 2... I know. Yeah, don't worry about it. It looks bad on my screen, too. Don't worry about it. Panic not. This is actually the first frame of the game, and we're in a tool-assisted speedrun framework, I guess, called libTAS, made by Keeley. This particular task was made by Master June. Let's go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go. So this is a 2010 2D platformer. This has always been like 9 years now, and we're still finding new stuff in this game. That's crazy. So if you don't know this game, instead of jumping, we're inverting gravity, but when you're on the floor or ceiling. And we also have the ability to kill yourself, which we're using right now to skip the intro level. Pretty convenient, huh?
And now we're actually going to go directly to the overworld. So we skipped the tutorial level, and we're going to grab this checkpoint here, which is important. And our goal right now is to do all of our overworld movement in one go, so we don't have to do any more later. And we've got to skip these checkpoints here, so we can respawn at the checkpoint we grabbed earlier, and that one as well. And now we're going to go grab a couple teleporters. We're going to grab a couple teleporters. And so first we're going to grab the Warp Zone teleporter and then the Space Station 2 teleporter. Or those aren't actually the places the teleporters are, but we're going to do a glitch called telejumping, which will help us later on, which Moa can explain.
Yeah, so basically, telejumping, you are killing yourself at the same frame you're entering teleporter. So these kinds of teleporters, by doing so, you gain back control of your character. And by moving out of the teleporting animation, you can move and go through the wall, like before the collision detection happens. And you're about to see it in a few seconds. So kill yourself, teleport, and go through the wall. And hi, nice again. And we just completed Warp Zone in a matter of a few seconds, while it would have taken like 1.5 minutes to do it normally. And if you just missed the telejumping, don't worry. We have one more right away. Kill yourself and go to this teleporter you were. And we are right in the middle of Space Station 2 already. So unfortunately we have to wait for this platform, so we're having some fun in the meantime.
Yeah, and the reason we go to Space Station 2 now is because we're going to pass very close to Space Station 1, which is actually the tutorial level. And we grab that teleporter there, which you may have briefly seen. And also, the spikes here don't actually exist.
Very convenient.
Yeah. And the reason we grab that Space Station 1 teleporter is so we can just teleport to the end of the tutorial and just complete that without actually doing any of the tutorial. And what's actually important is, now that we're rescuing our second crewmate, but once we rescue our third crewmate, it triggers an intermission level. But if we also finish the tutorial at the same time, it triggers a cutscene, which is higher priority than the intermission level, and we can then break out of that cutscene and just skip the intermission level.
So
like that.
If you had a hard time following, don't worry. It's gonna happen in a matter of a few seconds on screen. So we just have our second number at the end of Space Station 2. We're going right away to Space Station 1, get into the teleporter, trigger the cutscene, killing ourselves, gain back movement, trigger the screen transition to above the cutscene, and telejump to the end of tower. And yeah, we have basically saved pretty much everyone we needed.
credit to Terry Kavanagh for making the game so broken and yet still so functional.
Yep, and now that we've rescued our 4th crewmate, it actually triggers the 2nd intermission, which you might also know as the Gravitron.
Yep.
And it's actually as an RTA runner, it's one of the least favorite, or one of my least favorite sections because it's lots of RNG. And what's interesting about this room right here is that one room to the right of this is actually the end of the game. So if you get there and you exit that room, it triggers the game complete sequence and you can finish the game. And we're actually going to use this Gravitron. We have to complete it, unfortunately, but we can break out of it after we've completed it to get a glitchy hitbox state, which allows us to clip out of the room that we were just in and to the end of the game.
Yeah, there are tiny gaps at the top of this room. So this came from an idea like only 1 month ago from the Epicosity. So shout outs to the VVVV Speedrun community for still finding interest in glitch handling this game.
And while we're in the Gravitron, we might as well have some fun with hitboxes and stuff.
My playthrough of this did not look like that at all. I was running in terror. Oh, they're coming, they're coming! And TASBot's like, whatever.
Yep, so once the Gravitron completes, we're going to exit the screen to the bottom. We're going to self-destruct so we can spawn back in the Gravitron, but we're going to bounce out of it quickly enough so that the Gravitron sequence starts, but we're no longer inside it. And that gives us a glitchy hitbox state, which we'll use to clip out of the top of the screen. And then we're going to walk 1 screen to the left, which actually warps us to the right, interestingly enough. And then we go into the game complete screen for 1 or 2 frames. You barely saw it there, but we triggered the game complete sequence.
And there we go. So we're still not done. There's still the outro cutscene to go. So as you can see, Gravitron is still running. You have still squares appearing on the side of the screen. You have still the Gravitron timer running. And this is actually very interesting, very important.
Yeah, so the timer actually, if you're too slow in the outro cutscene with dialogue mashing and stuff, the timer will reach 0. Interestingly enough, during the cutscene you can still die, as you can see there. But if the timer reaches 0 before the credits start, the game will actually crash.
Which is not good. So time's coming up. And time! So yeah, that was VVVV in under 6 minutes by Master June.
Huge credit to him. So Master June has been a regular occurrence at a variety of different marathon events, GDQ and others. Credit to him. He just keeps coming up with amazing stuff and has been awesome in the teams. Thank you very much. There's a ton of people on the discord.tas.bot community that I'd love to thank also for making with TAS possible, especially Keely in particular. The Moss3212 has been involved in a bunch of random things. Onosaurus has been involved in a bunch of things. But we're not done yet. We're not done yet. We have more for you. So hold tight while we switch away from PC games. We're going to flip on over to some NES. Stay tuned.
See you guys.
While we're just switching over here, we have a massive $300 donation from Tompa. Tompa saying, "Good evening, leaving early sucked. I could really have used that free ice cream in this heat. Having a sauna at home could be nice, but not like this. In honor of Dwango, sorry for not welcoming you to Sweden, let's name Link in Ocarina of Time TASBot. Keep living your life frame by frame." We've also got a $60 donation from Mikau saying, "Welcome to Europe, TASBot." And a $25 donation from Henry022 saying, "Always good to see TASBot and Dwango." And finally, a $30 donation from Ankamis saying, "Really love seeing TASBot in ESA. Overall, it's been a great event and for a good cause. For some of our Finnish fans, and I apologize in advance for this, Menka Toihin." Oh no, the only downside about going to room cam here is that we've got no music going on. But it does mean that this is a perfect time for us to plug some of our partners. So we're going to give a massive shout out, of course, to Malmö City because, of course, we are holding ESA here in the Quality View Hotel in Malmö, in Sweden here. Beautiful city. This is my second time coming here, and hopefully we'll be here for a few times more. They provide ice cream, they provide popcorn, they provide great hotel service for us all here, and many, many thanks to them for making us feel at home for the week while we are all here. And also, we are going to give a shout out to Western Digital as well. We all know we're speedrunners. The idea for us is that we've got to go fast. And what is the better way to go fast than having an SSD, specifically an NVMe SSD from Western Digital Black Range? They are helping us with our event, sponsoring us, and just being all-round great people for the speedrunning community. And you know, if you need to pick one of them up, best get one of them and then install all your games on it so we can go faster and set brand new PBs. Speaking of PBs, we are less than $400 away from 60,000. It would be fantastic to hit it through TASBot. We're moving on to the NES retro stuff here. You are going to love it. We know we're all going to love it. Let's make it even more special by having 60k during TASBot's first time here in Europe. We've also got other ways you can help support us too. Now, we all know about the Yeti and their t-shirts and their pins, with 5 for every t-shirt and $4 for every pin going to the charity. But did you know as well, Twitch are a sponsor of our event, and every cheer and every sub that you use will go directly to the Swedish Alzheimer's Foundation, and that includes Twitch Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime and you have a Twitch Prime token available, please drop it with us. You will not regret it. You get some awesome emotes and you're helping out a charity at the same time. Hey, we've got more donations coming in here, which is really great. We have a $20 donation from Nadala saying, go 60K. Yeah, let's try and reach that 60K, everyone. It would be fantastic to have it during TAS Block. And we have a $5 donation from Tiny Tim saying, hey all, had to donate for the amazing dwangoAC and TASBot. You are truly legendary, and it is amazing to see you at ESA. Cheers.
Welcome back. We've got you a new surprise. So this is Dr. Mario, and it's Dr. Mario like you've never seen it before. I'm actually going to show you a run that is quite old. This was made by Control-Alt-Delete, but there's a reason I'm showing it to you. We have a new script made by... Who actually made this script? Puppeater? Puppeater? I can't pronounce her name, I'm sorry.
Poppeter.
Poppeater. We're going to try to start the timer automatically and end it automatically, and here it goes, seeing if it works in 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's start it. So that's good.
It started. All right, so I have with me
Wired Wiki, hi.
who has not seen this task.
No.
Oh, well, okay. So it turns out that our script to automatically start the timer caused it to desync because that's just how our luck is. So
Aw.
we go to manual timing. I'm so sorry.
Aw.
All right, so we will run that again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. That's hella fast.
Is it? Something's not right.
Uh-oh.
Something not happening correctly okay. All right.
Don't panic. Don't panic.
TASBot, we know you have anxiety. It's okay. It's all right. Fortunately, this is short enough, and ESA is frankly awesome enough that they're probably not going to kick me off stage if I have to do this a third time. Okay, I'm going to try this.
No promises. No
I'm going to try
promises.
this from power on instead. And 3, 2, 1, go. And while this is restarting and their video feed is coming back in,
Yeah.
I would like to note that we're nearly 60K. So now's the right time to try to make that extra little bump happen. Okay, this is looking better. It's making me nervous because it's failed a couple times. No, like
It seems to work right at least now. Oh.
okay.
Whoa.
All right, that's good.
What the hell? You can do that?
Yeah. So you played this game apparently.
I have played this game, but not like this. Not even close.
Not like this.
Not like this.
You know, it's a thing. It's a little different. So this was made by Control-Alt-Destroy a number of years ago. It's one of the interesting obsoleted games, but I still love the run. So what do you think he's going to do next?
Oh, there's gonna... Yeah. He's lining up the blue... Yeah. Okay. I'm just waiting for that one block that's just gonna chain off everything at this point. Okay. 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 What? What? Well, hold on. That should be illegal.
And, oh, by the way, in time.
Yeah. That should be illegal.
Why?
How?
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 That is a classic arbitrary code execution. By smashing things in various different ways, we convince the game to jump to the end credits.
Wow.
Is your brain intact?
Not really.
Not really?
Not really.
So this is a classic example of the silliness that happens when we do strange things with games. If you'd like to know more about tool-assisted videos in general, rather than just console verification, swing on by tasvideos.org. I am on site staff as the ambassador of TAS Videos. We have this movie and many others, including a version of this run that goes through all of the levels normally in about 6.5 minutes. So highly recommend that if this is your game. We're going to pause and switch over to our final content of the event for us, but don't worry, there's plenty more in store.
More. And I just want to say, Dwango, thank you for having me here as a commentator.
Absolutely. Glad
Thanks
you
very
could
much.
be
It
here.
was a pleasure. My brain is still like, what the hell? But that was amazing. Thanks for showing that out.
You bet. All right, we're going to cut for a sec. We'll be right back.
I'm sitting watching that number that we've got on screen there going up ever so slowly. You guys can do it. We do have a few more donations here. $25 donation from Inverted saying, welcome to Europe, dwangoAC and TASBot. Let's get that 60k. And we have a $25 donation from Anonymous that goes, bleep, boop. Okay, so I said I was sitting watching that number, and that's ridiculous, because we've just jumped from 59k up to 61,000. So we've got a couple of donations to rattle off here, and we've got a really special one that's going to be for GeoGuessr, so we're going to hold off for that after the next TASBot run. But first, we do have a $20 donation from Winnie Demon saying, love TASBot. And as I said, we have that big one, but it's a special one for the next run, so look forward to that.
Well, hello everyone. We're back here with something amazing. So, we have a time-honored tradition of doing stupid things at the last minute, and this is by far cutting it as close as we have ever done it. We finished this during SDW2. During Steam World Dig 2, we finished Super Mario Bros. 2. So, this is not how it's supposed to happen, but sometimes you have last-minute inspiration. Let's call it that. I have with me here a cool kid who apparently runs this game.
Yeah.
I don't know as if you're going to be as useful as you think you might be, I'm afraid. Because the typical strategies that you would employ are not quite the direction this is going to go in. All right, so brace yourselves. We are going to try this in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, he's Toad. It seems normal thus far. Okay.
It seems normal.
Yeah. This is how I would play it too.
Perfect door landing. Let's see where it diverges from your normal route.
Oh. Like it's going...
He's speechless. He's shaking his head.
Wait, what?
Okay, well... Did Discord take over? Did Discord take over? Well, we're about to find out. Give me a second here to run this script. And... Why, yes, it did. If you would like to be on stream right now, head over to discord.tas.bot. Please accept our terms of service, which is basically our rules that say, don't cuss on our stream. We'll be very angry at you. Come on in, discord.tas.bot. We have, in fact, connected a Nintendo Entertainment System to Discord. Hey, Discord, I believe you had a challenge for that a few days ago. How's this? As you might not know, Discord set out a challenge and said, make a Discord client for the strangest thing you can think of. And Vigray Tech answered the call happily, tacked on a payload that was made by Total. So the run you actually just saw was worked out by Total, who found an arbitrary code exploit. We've actually now reached a point where it seems to have buffered. I can see that chat is no longer appearing on my screen like as if my Wi-Fi has dropped out. I still see tons of people joining. I'm going to close the script and restart it and see what terrible things happen. Let's see if it reconnects. It's like as if my Wi-Fi has dropped off. Come on, you can do it. Come on. I'm just glad that we actually got something on screen, and in some ways this might be a blessing in disguise because who knows who's dropping what foul language on here. All I can tell you is it worked and now it's not. I'm just glad it got this far. I'm gonna stop here before something else very badly breaks. I can tell you that this does in fact work. It is real. This is legit input. You can go back to our Discord logs and see this yourself. Huge credit to the Moss3212 who made the actual computer side of the Discord client. Onosaurus, who made the replay device, Micro500, who made this. Hey!
Oh, here we go.
Oh, boy. We might have flooded off. It's there, but it's looking pretty rough. Also, it seems to have managed to screen roll in a way I'm not expecting, so that's fun. This is not the first time we might have put weird chat on a Nintendo. Last time it was a Super Nintendo. A couple quick notes. We're using only assets inside of Super Mario Bros. 2. Every character you see here is from Super Mario Bros. 2. They are in the game character RAM for showing letters on screen for various different things, like select level, or level 1-1, so on and so forth. This is a pretty impressive reuse of assets. We wrote this entire payload onto the cartridge itself because Super Mario Bros. 2 doesn't have any battery-backed save, but it does. The cartridge itself has 8K of SRAM that could be battery backed up if they wanted to, and we sort of took advantage of that as our little playground. 8K is enough space to do this and many more things. So stay tuned for more what we call arbitrary code execution silliness at some point in the future. I think we have broken this about as much as I want to try. I'd like to thank everyone who made it possible. We're now at $61,195. That's a pretty impressive total considering what we started at. What was the starting? How much have we raised already?
I believe that's almost about 3,000.
That's impressive considering how short this has been. I'm leaving out a huge number of people in my Discord. By all means, feel free. If you have any interest in tool-assisted speedruns in themselves, go to tasvideos.org. If you have an interest in TASBot stuff, you can go to tas.bot. Join us at discord.tas.bot at any time. It's a fantastic community. You're going to love it there. I'm going to stop here because I'm way out of sleep and not in the right time zone, and I'll just keep rambling. So let's get on to the next thing. Thank you so much.